Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time.
There's a good debate. They should do Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. You know, Cody won the Rumble, and it would appear that they're gonna do Sami and Roman in Montreal. Of course, he'll have the hometown crowd up there. Probably Jey Uso costs him, and then they get the tag match with KO and Sami against the Usos. You know, and Jey goes back with the Bloodline. I'm guessing that's probably what's going to happen, but I don't know. I mean, this is all in flux because it's hard to deny the momentum this guy has right now, and it sucks for Cody Rhodes, who went through months and months and months of rehab to have this spot, and he was absolutely the right guy to win the Royal Rumble. But man, it's sure an argument to put Sami Zayn in that match at WrestleMania. I guess you could do 2 matches, but that kinda loses the luster a little bit, I think. So I don't know. It's almost like an embarrassment of riches here because they've got 2 really good options. I think they're both good options, but this Sami thing, I mean, you gotta strike when the iron's hot, and this is one of the best stories they have done ever, and it's on fire. I'm gonna play the audio, if I haven't already, of when he hit that chair shot and the way that crowd reacted was pretty damn magical. And I don't know what they're going to do. They've got, Hunter was asked in the post-show scrum about the pressure he feels building to his first WrestleMania as head of creative, and if it's more excitement or pressure. And he said he definitely feels the pressure. I mean, he's got a lot of pressure on him right now to play this one off perfectly and not upset anyone. You know, I don't know what direction they should. I don't know the answer. I got to think about this some more because, going in, I was pretty set on still got to do Cody. But after watching the way that this played out, it's a really, really strong argument for Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. What are you thinking right now?
Before we get into that, think about the Raw 30 moments because it's almost like that time period. And most of your Raw 30 moments, and Kyle eloquently went through them all, that most of them took place in 97 and 98.
Yeah.
So there really isn't, from a story perspective and consistency all across the board, that this has been going on since Sami. It's been 6 months plus, but you could obviously go back a couple years because now you're throwing the J wrinkle in. I have an interesting scenario that you could play at Elimination Chamber that I think I've seen one person mention, and I wouldn't mind if they went this direction at Elimination Chamber. You have a 6-man tag. You go Sami, Kevin, and Jey Uso against Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns. And you do something dastardly there. Maybe that's where Jey turns his back on Sami and Kevin. Then you have that tag team tag team match at WrestleMania to take some heat off of Sami and Roman for the time being. Because it's a rock and a hard place right now, Ryan. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super simple a few months ago, but then all of a sudden, Sami Zayn's getting so much sympathy. All you can think of in your head is Bryan Danielson in 2013, 2014, the true underdog story, and we all love good underdog stories. And Sami is one of the most sympathetic baby faces. He's a great heel too, but from a babyface perspective, in a promotion where they haven't had a true babyface in 2 decades, we go back to that as well. You might have struck iron here because who knows if Cody Rhodes is that sympathetic babyface that's going to take that title from Roman. The crowd could turn on him on a dime. We don't know. I know I'm kind of talking myself into circles here by saying Sami and Kevin versus the Usos, but the options are aplenty. So you could maybe draw it out a little bit longer. No, I don't think it can go another 6 months to SummerSlam. That'd be too long.
Yeah, this is the problem because, I mean, we're still 2 months away from Mania right now. And so it just feels to me like if you don't pay off the Sami Roman match in the next 2 months and you delay it, you're going to lose so much. This is really difficult. I don't envision, it feels like you got to have Sami be the guy to beat Roman now. And I don't think that Sami Zayn's going to be like a long-term champion. He doesn't have to be to have that moment. WWE is always, they make moments. And it'll be a hell of a moment. I don't think you're going to be crowning the next great babyface champion for the next 5 years in Sami Zayn. I just think it would be topping off what's been an incredible story. He doesn't have to be the torchbearer to do this match at WrestleMania. Like I said, it sucks for Cody Rhodes because Cody's more likely to be that guy for them, although he might not
Yes.
be either. But also, like, the timing is just not working out for him. He won the Rumble, so I'm sure they feel kinda like they gotta do that match. I don't think you can do a three-way where you do Sammy, Cody, and Roman. I think
No.
that takes away from it. I don't think you can do
Mm-mm.
that. So it's gonna be really, really interesting to see how they go about this, but, I mean, I don't envy the decision making. I'll be interested what they do. I'm really into it. So I have a reason to watch WWE television now. I can skip a lot of the other stuff that we went through, but I'll be tuning in for these segments still.
Do they? If we give you the Booker pencil, do you go Sammy and Roman at Elimination Chamber?
I'd probably lean that way right now just because, I mean, it's Montreal too. It's
I
gonna be
know.
an incredible. They always have a great crowd, and then you add in it's like the hometown kid against Roman too. He's not gonna beat him there though. Like if they do it at Mania, it feels like he would beat him. So, boy, I feel like it's if I had to guess and I had to make a prediction, like right now, January 29, I would say they'll probably do that at Elimination Chamber and then stick with Cody and Roman at Mania. But a lot can change in the next, geez, 2 months, let alone the next 24 hours. So we'll see.
So you of the belief then that you would still have Roman win in Montreal, and then what do you do with Sami Zayn going from there?
So I would think that Jay, who's been, will have been conflicted now for weeks, will cost Sammy the match, that he won't lose clean. And then we'll still get the tag match at Mania with the Usos and KO and Sammy.
Yeah.
That'd be my prediction. I'm not saying that's what I would do. I just think that that's the route that they'll go. But what do you think?
It does make sense. Cody is more of the corporate type, I think,
Yeah.
that World Wrestling Entertainment's looking for to carry this ball, and Sami Zayn isn't.
Well, they
Because,
always send the guy like on the when you say corporate, the talk show circuit around the time of Mania, or if they win like right after Mania, and he totally fits the mold. He's very well spoken. Not that Sammy isn't, but Cody really, yeah, fits that image for sure.
I would love to see just paint a different light. Let's just say that Sami Zayn were to get a match with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania instead, or Roman defeats Cody on night one, and we'll say hypothetically Sami defeats Roman on night two. What I would love to see is, and you could paint this at SummerSlam, you get a program down the line where Kevin turns again on Sami.
Hmm.
Kevin defeats Sami at SummerSlam and wins the WWE Unified Universal Championship. And the guy signed for 3-4 million a year, and
Yeah,
he got screwed over in his first run as Universal Champion. I mean, he was another victim to Goldberg. I mean, why not actually give him something more meaningful and give him a better ending? I think that
yeah,
would be really cool, because anytime you get Sami and Kevin together, whether they're friends or they're enemies, it's absolute gold. And who would have thought that we would get two former Ring of Honor, PWG, Canadian stars on WWE programming in the hottest angle, along with a humongous Samoan bloodline for the WWE in the last 2 decades? It's amazing, and we
yeah.
love it.